Okay, this video is about 6 minutes long. It was put together from about 2.5 hours of recording that I did while down at Allerton Park at my pileated woodpecker nest, which I discovered in January and have been watching about every 2 weeks since then. On the 5th and 6th of June, I went down there and at that point discovered two female pileated woodpecker chicks looking out of the nest. Until then, I did not know if it was a nest hole or just a roost. The woodpeckers also make roost holes where they stay at night, and I had only seen a male adult pileated woodpecker around this hole from mid-January until something like the 20th of May. So it wasn't until the 5th and 6th of June that I saw these two little guys in the hole clamoring for food. As well, I'm speaking now, the female chick on the left, as you look at the video, is being fed. You can see her throat wriggly waggling as the male adult puts regurgitated food down her throat for her to digest and thus feeds her. The chick on the right is not being fed, and you can see that she's not being particularly combative about not being fed, but she's making herself known, as it were. But during the course of this video, she does not get fed at this time. She gets fed later. Now you can see the male's foot and part of its body periodically showing up here on the left side as he gets closer to the hole and positions himself to better feed the chick that he is feeding. As he's finished now, he will fly away, and the chick on the right does not get fed at this point, but she gets fed later on when he comes back again. There's an interesting feature about these birds. I'm using a Panasonic SD26 recorder with an SD chip in it, so that any mechanical noises caused by a hard drive whirring inside or a disk drive whirring inside your video recorder are going to be heard during your audio recordings, unless you have a completely separate microphone and move it several feet away from the camera. And none of the less expensive cameras have that feature. This video recorder is using a solid state SD card, and thus there is no mechanical noise going on inside the camera. I'm zoomed in all the way to the extent of the 70x optical zoom, which the camera features. So I'm looking from about 60 feet away right at the hole, but as you can see, I've framed the hole essentially completely. The misstep that I made here on the 5th of June is that I got so close that you can't see the adult alongside the hole doing any feeding. And I remedied that on the 6th of June. I backed up the view about maybe 18 or 20 inches of the space around the hole are visible, and you can see the male bird coming in to feed the one of the chicks. Once the bird is flown away, the chicks are looking expectant, but nothing happens for about another hour. And it's kind of fun to just kind of watch their movements. As I was saying, the male adult bird is the bird who does most of the feeding on the videos that I took, although the female did come in periodically also and also was feeding these two little chicks. The chick on the left, as you look at it, can be distinguished, in my opinion, from the chick on the right because of the white stripe running back from the eye toward the rear of the head on each of them. The chick on the right, as you look at the video, there's a split in the white line, kind of a space with black feathers just behind the eye, and the portion that runs up along around the eye on the chick on the right, it doesn't extend very far. It doesn't even get up to the halfway point, whereas the chick on the left has a solid white stripe going back toward the rear of the head from above the eye, and that stripe curls up and it covers about 3/4 of the eye, up at the top of the eye. So I think that's how, at least at this point in time, you can distinguish these two female birds apart. I say female because the black stripe under the beak running back down the throat is solid black in the females, while in the male birds it's red. As this male bird comes down the tree, if you look right about in here now, you'll see that that stripe is red, but it's a very momentary glimpse of it. And that indicates a male. And now he's hopping backwards down the tree. This is on the next day. This is on the 6th of June. And you notice I've zoomed back a little bit so you can see both the male adult feeding the chick and the area around the hole. And this one doesn't last too long. I clipped out quite a bit of it because, as you can see, the imperfections in the video kind of get in the way. But it was fun taking it, and it's just about over now, so I will quit talking. I do have about an hour and a half of video like this, and I've just pulled this clip from a portion. You know, this is just a portion of all those minutes of video that I took.